All right, guys, give me 1 second. I'm setting up the live stream. All right, so I kind of want to talk about the Mercury-Mars and Sagittarius transit. So this conjunction is kind of like a mental fire, literally. All right, so your words and your willpower is going to be like fusing together because of the Mercury-Mars in Sagittarius. So during the retrograde that we are currently having, this is not timeless. This is actually kind of like a astrology forecast mixed in with the oracle reading. So this is technically not timeless. I mean, it may resonate definitely for the whole Mercury retrograde this month. So if you see it this month, this reading is for you. But during this retrograde, that energy is going to turn inward, and it's going to like push everyone to rethink the intent behind their actions and their speech. And Sagittarius is like blunt honesty energy, it's vision, it's faith. So the overall vibe is like, I'm hearing actions speak louder than words. Like you may end up saying less and doing more during this time for some of you as well, or something about actions speak louder than words. So you're also going to be learning like when to defend yourself, when to speak, and also when to silence yourself during this Mercury retrograde. So one of the cards I got was this moon card. Let me turn on the light a little bit more. It's darker than I was expecting it to be. Okay. This is the card that I had got. This card means improvement or involvement. You're going to be becoming absorbed in something very sacred. And so I feel like this card is mirroring the retrograde's pull that it has on you inward. And so this is also like moon energy too. And I feel like the moon is very connected to you right now. And you need to, maybe the moon, make sure you're not like overly emotional. Make sure you're mastering your emotions. You know, the words that you speak, what emotions are behind those words that you speak. That may be something you need to look into or reflect on. You guys may be feeling extra sensitive, whether that's emotionally or psychically. Your intuition is going to spike as well during this retrograde, but so is your irritability. So you may end up getting a little bit irritable and a little emotional during this Mercury retrograde. Everyone in the collective is going to be affected this way. So your emotional mastery and your emotional awareness is going to be improving because of this. So don't be like rushing to express yourself or rushing to defend yourself. Don't, make sure you're like thinking about what you say before you say it. You know, take some time to calm down or to mature or to be grounded or balanced before you voice something during this Mercury retrograde, okay? And then we also have the magic circle protection. So the Mercury and Mars can ignite arguments. So this is kind of like Spirit's reminder to protect your words and to protect your energy. And the magic circle is the spiritual equivalent of kind of like a reply filter, because you need to be drawing a boundary around your peace. Maybe you need to be journaling instead of texting, or praying or doing spell work or manifestation methods instead of posting. It's like you don't have to attend every single battle, even if it's a verbal battle that invites you. You don't, you know, I mean, so definitely keep your boundaries strong with your peace and master your emotions and your reactions during this Mercury retrograde. We have initiation. So this conjunction that we are having currently with the astrology forecast, this is going to be you guys' spiritual test of discipline. And so initiation means that you're being trained to channel passion consciously. And so if someone provokes you, this is kind of the universe's way of rehearsing you for some kind of leadership. Like, can you answer with some kind of wisdom and maturity, or are you going to answer with fire? Wisdom and maturity or fire? Spirit's wanting you to choose wisdom and maturity so that you will be completely ready for this leadership position or role, whatever this is. Or maybe just someone that leads as an example. But this retrograde is going to be your trial by flame. And you're going to pass it by choosing to react and to answer with wisdom and maturity. You're going to choose to pass it by choosing certain sacred actions. Some of you are going to act more and speak less. Some of you are learning when to be silent and when to speak and when actually to defend. And then the last card I got was the Coins Abundance card. And so Mars is like a drive, action energy. Mercury can be an energy of ideas. And so when Mars and Mercury align under Sagittarius, which is expansion, this manifestation is going to accelerate. As long as you focus on what you need to be focusing on. And, you know, the coins in this card, it's not just money. It's results, it's recognition, it's grounded rewards for spiritual maturity. Yeah, I think you guys are going to manifest money or something financial, you know, but I also think you guys are getting some kind of reward from spirit because you are maturing, you are growing, you are healing because of a certain role or position that you have in your life, or you guys are just simply trying to lead by example. Make sure you're holding your aim steady because what you speak now is going to echo. And you're going to manifest or gain something once Mercury goes direct. So I feel like this Mercury retrograde that's conjuncting Mars and Sagittarius, it's really testing us on how we use our fire. And so Spirit is saying, you know, hey, you need to feel things out, or you need to balance yourself or your emotions before you speak. You need to be protecting your peace, even if that means mastering your own emotions. Spirit is definitely training you to act with certain intentions. And there is like a promise of some sort of abundance once you master this lesson. This isn't meant to be a chaos energy. It's meant to be an initiation into something more powerful, something more conscious. For some of you, it's so that you can create something specific. Or it could just be about putting something into creation for yourself. But you're going to manifest abundance or rewards or recognition through discipline. Discipline with yourself, discipline with your boundaries, your emotions, your reactions. This is like a trial by fire. So yeah, a lot of you guys could be forcing to reevaluate these things, because Mars is very igniting, which can be good for action and drive, but on the flip side, it can be anger. So you guys need to be rethinking choices, having a lot of introspection, because there could be conflict that arises, or power struggles, or some sort of blunt honesty. Some of you are being asked to evaluate or reflect on certain morals that you have, or how far you've grown, or maybe how far you need to grow. There's a lot of truth bombs, a lot of blunt honesty being dropped all throughout this Mercury retrograde, with Mercury conjuncting Mars in Sagittarius. But it's also an energy of a lot of a spiritual courage. You know, a lot of you guys are going to have the spiritual courage to reflect, to mature, to change, to get rewarded with these things. They want you to master certain aspects of your life and master certain aspects with yourself, so that you can be rewarded with something that you want or something that you deserve. But you do have to go through this trial first. That this Mercury retrograde is honestly putting everyone through. But that's what I'm getting from this reading. And I love you guys so much. And this is kind of like, again, like a little astrology forecast for the Mercury retrograde going on most of this month in November 2025. So I hope it was helpful and beneficial, and I will